2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey YouTube, it's the Morning Brew. Good morning to y'all. Happy Friday. Yep, it's Friday. It's the weekend. Hope you're all having a good one. Officially, we are at 8 days of doing this show straight, and 2 extra videos to late night rants. And I'm happy to say our subscribership is a total of 5 still, or 6, I can't remember. But anyways, all is good in the world of the web, except for the following news, of course. To start off, there is a hashtag going around called Cancel Colbert. Apparently, Stephen Colbert made a remark, or a tweet per se. I'm going to kind of ad-lib this as I'm trying to read it. I am willing to show hashtag Asian community I care by introducing the Ching Chong Ding Dong Foundation for sensitivity to Orientals or whatever. Now, everybody's taking this a little too personal and too far. And when I say this is, he was actually parodying a comment by Dan Snyder, the owner of the Redskins, who wants to open or has opened the Original Americans Foundation. Of course, Colbert took the tweet down a few moments after because it started a freaking campaign of racism against Colbert. And of course, the hashtag. Now, first of all, Colbert's a comedian. Nothing he says should be taken so seriously. Second, why aren't we taking down Nick Cannon? He did just as bad, calling out white people. Is it because it's white people, not Asians or blacks or Mexicans? I'm sorry. If you watch my late night rant video, it was 20 minutes long. This is exactly what I mean. We take it so far because a white man does it that we do. He's a goddamn comedian. We can't take this seriously. It's an obvious joke. It's an obvious parody to Dan Snyder's comments. I don't understand why we're taking it so far, or why we're even paying attention to it in the way we are. The fact that Colbert had to take it down because of the hashtag floating around. I want to say this. When the hashtag like Cancel Colbert comes up, just because it's a trending hashtag doesn't mean it's an accurate hashtag. Remember that a lot of times people will put Cancel Colbert, or let's use that as a prime example. And the tweet will follow, "It was just a joke, let it go people, he didn't mean it." And then another one will be hashtag Cancel Colbert, "I can't believe how insensitive he is, he doesn't deserve to be on television anymore." But, here's the thing. Because people want their tweets to be seen and paid attention to, the hashtag will be continued to be used over and over, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. The way Twitter and news works, they'll just pick it up. So it doesn't necessarily mean there's an anti-Colbert movement going. That just means that there's a Colbert debate being done over what he said. So for those of you who are all about canceling Stephen Colbert, yeah, get over it. You're not that popular on their opinion. Majority of his audience knows that it's a joke. Now, Asian community leaders who want to have a stick up their ass and be overly sensitive about things are going to go ahead and say that, oh, obviously there's a whole thing about canceling Colbert. There isn't. The same shit happens with Adam Carolla when he makes a joke about Manny Pacquiao, and then all of a sudden the Filipino community is all against Carolla. He's a racist, he's a bigot, blah, 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 blah. If that's the case, then I'm an anti-Mexican being a Mexican, so basically I'm a Mexican. So it doesn't freaking matter. It's a joke. Let it go. Moving on. So yesterday I promised to talk about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trailer in depth in a different video. It didn't happen. Because I actually came up with a different concept that I'm going to do with trailers from now on instead of dedicating an entire video. I mean, there's tons of guys like Andre the Black Nerd from Black Nerd Comedy. He's great. He has great commentary, great feedback, and I feel that I look up to him. I look up to Boogie 2988 and all those guys. I feel I need to step up my game, so I'm going to do something a little different. It's going to take me a little bit longer to work out the kinks. I may not be able to do it in Ninja Turtles. I'm hoping to do it in Ninja Turtles just because I kind of know what I want to do with it. So, with that, my actual thoughts on the show, on the teaser trailer. First off, Megan Fox is still a big negative for me on that movie. I don't like anything Megan Fox does. I didn't like her in Transformers. I didn't like her in Jennifer's Body. I don't like her in anything. I think Megan Fox is overrated as both an actress and as a beauty. I don't know what is it about some guys that think that the scrawny, no curves girls are so hot. Cameron Diaz, freaking, God, I'm trying to think. Paris Hilton, for those of the people that thought she's hot. Basically, Megan Fox. Oh, the chick from Two Broke Girls. The chicks from Two Broke Girls. I don't think they're no. Whatever her name is, the one with the big lips and the pale skin and the dark hair. Everybody seems to think that she is the absolute super hottest, geeky looking chick. I don't agree. And Megan Fox falls into that category for me. I just don't think she's hot, and I think she's overrated. And I think Michael Bay loves to cause drama in order to get attention to his films, hence Transformers 3 and the whole debacle about Megan's fired, what was it? He wrote a letter to her saying, I am sorry I'm so hazardous to your health, Megan. Wish you all the best, blah, blah, blah. I think this whole debacle with Ninja Turtles is that Michael Bay wants attention on his film. And the best way to get attention on his film, on top of the Ninja Turtles fan being ravenous animals about the fact that he wanted to create aliens, I don't think the alien concept was ever on the table. I think he did it just to piss people off, just to get the debate going, and probably did it to get the attention he needed to get extra funding for what he wanted to do. So with that, I think Megan Fox is the same thing. I think she's a nice little, hey, look at the piece of meat that guys need to have in this movie because it'll bring attention and people will watch it because it's Megan Fox. Well, I can tell you right now that a lot of my friends, a lot of older fans, aren't too happy about Megan Fox being in this. But that's not the biggest of my concerns. My other concern is the turtles themselves. They're like 7 feet tall, which honestly I've always wondered why they were so short in the anime and the cartoons and stuff. They should have been taller considering that these are supposed to be mutated reptiles. And honestly, outside of the weird costume accessories and the white chicks looking face, yeah, look up the white chicks. Marlon Wayans, the Wayans brothers, doing white chicks, and then look at Michelangelo without the mask around his face. Tell me it doesn't kind of look like white chicks if you just painted them green. Anyways, the reason I say this is that the turtles have the noses are weird. They're very, I don't know. Leonardo looks cool, I'll admit. The samurai-ish kind of armor he's got going looks good on him. Can get a good glimpse at Donatello unless you want to look at action figures and stuff, but that's not what I want to look at. I want to look at the actual figure or the actual CGI creature. Michelangelo, whatever. There's a pretty good glimpse of Raphael as he's being thrown into the Humvee by Donatello when they're sliding down the mountain. And that looks okay. That is one thing I'll say is that I'm actually happy to see that they're not going to be, only in New York City. It's nice to see them outdoors and in different environments like a snow-covered mountain. That's pretty cool. I have nothing against the actor playing the Shredder, whose name I cannot remember, but he does great villains and he does great work as an actor. And honestly, I could care less if the Rokusaki is Asian or not, or the Shredder is Asian or not. But then again, it would have been nice to keep that continuity. But nobody's talked about one thing. We are yet to see if there's a Master Splinter in all this. We don't know if Master Splinter will be in the movie, and if he's going to be a rat or a human, or what he even looks like. I'm surprised nobody else has brought this up. There is not a single scene of Master Splinter. There's plenty of scenes of, the Shredder without armor, or Shredder armor, April O'Neil. We haven't seen Trevor either. And of course the foot soldiers carrying guns. Kind of weird. The only thing that I think is kind of cliche in this movie is that they talk about how our city is rampant with crime and blah 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 blah. Deep voice for triggers. Wars. And it's kind of cliche because it's like, really? New York City's riddled with crime? Again? How many movies are going to be based on New York City and the city's going to be riddled with... Why can't New York City just like, New York City is your average crime rate. Everybody just kind of watches out for, themselves, and once in a while you'll get mugged if you go to Central Park. Life happens. Deep Trailer Wars. No, instead it's riddled with crime. We are losing our city. The criminal underground is taking over. Deep Trailer Wars. So, honestly, the teaser looks interesting. I would have liked to see a little bit more of the turtles up close, a little bit more of how they fight, and how the choreographed fights will be. Again, I do like the size of the turtles. I do like the sheer girth of their shells and stuff. Looks interesting. So, it'll make for unique fights, honestly, because when you think about it, if they're as tall as they seem to be, most people aren't 7 foot. I'm 6'2", so that means that I still have to be like this to the turtles. So if you're fighting a 7 foot mutant turtle, not only do they have the advantage of strength already on top of that, their massive size, height, and then ninja training, you really gotta amass a huge amount of foot soldiers against them to even really be a threat. So it makes me wonder how detached I have to be from reality, obviously, to accept that mutant turtles exist in this world. And on top of that, expect to believe that the regular group of guys can even remotely take them down. I mean, in the trailer, you see them throwing the foot soldiers around like rag dolls anyways. So it just makes me wonder what exactly is going to be brought into the movie to make them make a real threat towards the turtles. So those are my actual thoughts on it. I won't judge the movie until I actually see it. Whether I will see it in theaters is still up for debate. I am yet to catch The Winter Soldier or Thor 2, but that's mostly because I'm broke. So, yay to that. So we'll see what happens. In other news, I got an email yesterday to check out a game, and they asked me to talk about it because nobody's talking about it. It's a video game based on a movie, a classic movie of my childhood, with a girl that I fell in love with, and I can't remember her goddamn name. My Girl, the video game. Somebody thought to make a video game based on My Girl. Dan Aykroyd, Macaulay Culkin, and I can't remember what's her name. But somebody thought it would be a good idea to make a video game. If you want to check it out, it's a free game. It's called mygirlthegame.com. Just go to mygirlthegame.com and be prepared for one of the most depressing experiences of your freaking life. Dear God, this game made me feel horrible. Here, I can describe the entire experience in just a few moments. First off, you start with Macaulay Culkin's character, which I don't remember his freaking name, so don't even ask you to. It's a side-scroller. A really simple side-scroller. It almost looks like they pull a sprite right out of a Dennis the Menace or Home Alone video game or something. Really simple. All you can do is jump. You have a little meter on the top for your energy. The backgrounds look like a little kid drew them, so it's kind of interesting because everything looks very crayonish and general store written in big goofy letters. So the object of the game is to walk from one side to the other. Side-scroller. The problem being that you're walking, you could jump, and then once you get to the funeral home where Dan Aykroyd's character works, you get the message of, I foresee my future, I think it was, in a very rainbowish kind of like, oh my God, I foresee my future. If you've seen the movie My Girl, you know exactly what happens to his character, so it's kind of depressing already. But then, as you keep walking, you're going to reach the end of the screen, and right when you start reaching the end of the screen, or once a certain amount of time passes in the game, you start hearing bzzz, bzzz, bees. freaking bees start to randomly attack you till you die. And that's it. That is all there is to the goddamn game. It is a depressing experience, and one that I won't soon forget. And I wish I had never played it. So to the guys that sent me the email, thanks. You ruined my good Thursday mood. Anyways, to close out the news today, California Senator Leland Yee has been arrested for, public corruption as he's being charged. But then again, I've read news articles from everything from weapons smuggling to drugs smuggling, all kinds of crazy crap. What's interesting is this is the guy who was Mr. Anti-Video Games and passed, video games should not be sold to minors and yada yada yada, and then on top of that, anti-gun laws and da. So, as most people have said, it's like a freaking Grand Theft Auto villain. The squeaky clean image. The more they try and portray a squeaky clean image, the more corrupt they're at the core. So this is an interesting twist to see what's going to happen to Senator Yee. I'm not sure where this is going to go. I'll keep an eye on the article. Honestly, I didn't read too much into it. It was one of those like, it'd be kind of ironic. It's the guy who wants to, not pass video games, not allow certain video games to be released in the States, and then gun laws, and turns out the guy's corrupted as all hell. Now, granted, these right now are just allegations and suspicions. Until he's guilty, we can only assume he's innocent, because that's the right every American has in this country. You are innocent until proven guilty. So, Senator Yee, if he is not guilty, I wish you the best of luck. If you are guilty, well, I wish you the best of luck in prison. But then again, you're probably a billionaire. You're not going to be in prison. You're going to get a slap in the wrist, like everybody, like all those rich guys, and not go to jail. If you do go to jail, it'll be fancy schmancy prison where it's basically day camp for adults. So, I don't foresee this guy losing out on anything except for his position in the Senate. I mean, rich guys don't lose in this country, really. So, that's your Happy Friday news for this week. So, being that it is Friday, hope you all have a great one. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Like I said, I say in every video, my goal is to see how fast I can reach 100,000 subscribers. I do this show on a daily basis. I try and put bonus videos throughout the week, making it more and more entertaining for you. So check in every day. Go to geekycastillo.com. We're launching a whole new look to the website in the next few days. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. But we've revamped and redesigned the site to make it more interactive. You're going to be able to log in with your Facebook account, make comments, and interact with me more directly. YouTube channel is obviously, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. Please like and share. If you have like-minded individuals and friends that might enjoy this show, please let them know. Share this with them. Help me get the word out. I'm a full-time stay-at-home dad, and I don't have the resources to advertise on Facebook the way other people might have. So that means that I need your help. It doesn't hurt to like or tweet about it. It doesn't hurt to share it on Facebook. If you can, and if you would, I would really appreciate it. And so, with that, I say have a good Friday, have a good weekend, and be safe out there. And until next time, YouTube, enjoy your brew.